we're talking about Chicago, and you would actually put out some information on King Yella.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell me exactly what happened.
Well, King Yella, he likes to do interviews. And he basically sat down with the police and gave them a whole fucking interview on all of his ops. And they're asking him who's in what gang, and he's saying, oh, Offset's a GD and 600 Breezy's a BD. Durk's a BD. Snapdog fuck with Durk. This happened because of this happened. He just, he went in there and said everything. He was in there talking to the police like they was his fucking friends. And I ended up finding the paperwork.
Well, what was he talking to the police for in the first place?
It was a voluntary statement.
Well, I mean, you don't just voluntarily walk into a police station and start talking. I mean,
well, all right,
did he get arrested? Did he get arrested for something else, or?
Yeah. So he was parked in a handicap spot in Las Vegas. That's what set this off. And then they ended up finding a 380 on him that I think had like 3 bullets in it. So I was surprised by that because he's from Chicago. Like, that's home of the switches and 30s, and he got 3 bullets in his gun. And a lot of people actually ignored this, but they asked him where'd he get the gun, and he said, my girl bought it. She bought it from a gun store. And a lot of people said, oh, no, that ain't snitching when you put it on your girl. Yeah, if she's with you, she wasn't with him. It was just him. So you literally telling the police who supplied you with a fucking firearm. Now they take him to the station and he gives a voluntary statement and they're asking him about all this other shit. What'll happen when artists come to Las Vegas? Is he gonna press the issue? What happened with him and 600 Breezy inside of the mall? They're asking him about what gangs are in the area, what gangs he associates with, and who's basically in what. And, his excuse for this was, everybody knows that. But see, this is the thing. When they're trying to prove somebody as a gang member in court, they get 1 or 2 people. They either get a gang expert, which is a detective, or they get somebody that's snitching, that's tapped in with the streets. So in this case, you're confirming who the fuck is in a gang and what gang they're in. And at the same time, this is King Yella, the one that dropped the song about rats. I forget what the title of the song was, but he dissed Gunna. He dissed Boston Richie. He dissed 6ix9ine. He says he doesn't make any statements. He lets the lawyers talk for him. And, this is what came out.
Well, okay. To be fair, I've interviewed Yella before, I think once, a long time ago. Let's say, for example, 600 Breezy. He said that 600 Breezy is a black disciple.
Mm-hmm.
Well, in my interview, 600 Breezy talking about how he switched from GD to BD when he was younger, and he's a black disciple. I mean, you don't really need King Yella to say this when the actual person is saying it themselves. And I mean, I've never heard of the whole Offset thing, but Durk and all them, they've mentioned their gang alliances through various songs and interviews and stuff like that, right?
Well, Durk has publicly denounced his gang affiliation. And that was one of the big things with the case that him and Vaughn had in Atlanta, was him denouncing the affiliation. So at the end of the day, no matter what somebody says, if you as a gang member are confirming to police who is in what gang, what the fuck are you doing? How is that helping you in that little bitch ass gun case you just caught? What is that doing for you? Why are you even talking about that with the police? And the reason so many people got on his ass is because how much he talks about everyone else in similar situations. So he went off on Gunna for everything that Gunna did, and Gunna saying YSL is a gang. But when it came to him naming multiple gang members, confirming the status of what they are, he wanted to say, oh, I didn't snitch. I just said public knowledge.
Well, he addressed it. He said, did anyone go to jail?
What the fuck does that mean? I could call 1-800-TIPS right now and say some shit just because nobody got booked. That doesn't mean I didn't just snitch. The fuck does having someone going to jail have to do with it? That means you completed the mission. There's snitches that fail too. So it's like, just because nobody went to jail, that doesn't make you fucking, you know what I mean? That has nothing to do with it.
Yeah, well, you know, social media had a field day. They started calling him King Tella.
Yeah, the internet undefeated. They gonna come up with some shit quick.
Undefeated. Listen, man, it's hard. Like, I don't, you know, you're minding your business. You got this gun that you shouldn't have, that you don't own, that you're not registered with. You're rolling around Las Vegas, and Las Vegas is one of these places that they let so many things slide, from prostitution to gambling to you could legally have like 100 guns. When you do something outside of those very loose rules, they will come down hard on you.
Yeah, and I mean, and not only that, but it's a major tourist attraction.
Yeah.
So for you to think you're gonna move around and make a motherfucker uncomfortable, you fucking with everybody's money. They're gonna get rid of you. They're gonna get you out of that situation. And then not even that, but everybody he hanging out with in LA or in Las Vegas is a fucking rat. Skinny from the 9, his interrogation, Ben got posted when he snitched for shooting a flare gun at somebody's house. And then Crip Mac's fake dad, whatever his name is, I forget it, he testified in his federal case against multiple people that are still serving time right now. So it's like, it ain't even just you that got bad paperwork. It's everybody that you with. So it makes sense that he's talking about the gunners and this and that, but you're not talking about the people that's in your own circle.
Well, and also, when you look like King Yella and your whole face is tatted up, you are a police magnet. You are a magnet for law enforcement. You know, it's not like if I was parked in a handicap, I doubt the police would search my car. Right? Well, let's just call it for what it is. But if I had a bunch of face tattoos, they probably might search my car. Right?
Yeah.
That's just how life works. Is it fair? No. Because my face tattoos could be anything. It could be, my artwork. It could be I'm a painter, or maybe it's my religion. But at the end of the day, you get a bunch of face tats. And you have face tats. I mean, do you feel like the police mess with you more because of your face tat?
No.
No?
No. I've honestly, since I started YouTube, I've had like 0 interactions with the police. I got pulled over once. I've only been pulled over one time in my life. My car didn't get searched or nothing. I literally told him this is the first time I've ever been pulled over because I got tense. I don't get fucked with like that. But then again, I'm not really doing anything. I'm not in those areas anymore. You know what I mean? So it's like, I don't know. Maybe it's just the energy you give off. Because when you got something on you, you're not supposed to have, you kind of, you're a little sketchy. You know what I'm saying? You feel it. Because you know you ain't supposed to have that shit. And the police are trained to pick up on certain things. You know what I'm saying? But if you're going to be a dumb motherfucker and have a gun on you and park in a handicap spot, it's your own fucking fault. You can't carry shit you're not supposed to have and be speeding and your license is suspended, and you got to have all your shit together. Otherwise, any little thing you're going to get fucked with. But I haven't...
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, now that you mention it, to have an illegal gun in your car and park in a handicap spot is insane when you really take a step back and look at it. It's insane.
Yeah. So now they're looking at you like, oh, it ain't the... you're not artistic, you're fucking autistic. Like, you're not even thinking out here. You just tatted your whole face because you're fucking, you know what I mean? Like, it's just, they're going to look at you for what you are.